High school teachers, what part of your job actually makes it worth earning $50,000 a year? As I walked into the school on my first day, the principal immediately pulled me into his office and said, "You're teaching period 4 English, and you're not allowed to switch, no matter what." I furrowed my brows in confusion. Okay, thanks I guess. Ha ha ha. The principal interrupted me by laughing. "Don't thank me yet, pal. You're getting the lowest performing class in the entire New York City district. 3 teachers have quit because of them in the last year." I just nodded and walked into that classroom with high hopes. But as I looked around, my eyes widened. 2 kids were vaping, and it wasn't even the flavors that smelled good. There were 3 kids playing Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar on their Androids, and even singing the hard R. I could barely hear myself think. "Hello!" I yelled, trying to assert my dominance. The class didn't laugh at me. They didn't even look in my direction. It's like I wasn't even there, and I was trying every trick in the book. I announced, "I'm going to call every one of your parents if you don't sit still and pay attention." One of them just pointed and laughed. "Nice try, old head, but our parents are all either dead or out doing drugs. They DGF about us." I felt my heart hurt when he said that. The other teachers didn't help. One guy in the staff room clapped my back and said, "Those kids are a lost cause. You should just quit and find another job." And every time I'd hear stuff like that, I was too scared to tell them what I thought. That I thought every kid deserved a chance. In the second week, I tried a different approach. I came in with a fat bag of candy. I held it in my hands, and that time when I walked in, for the first time ever, the students actually acknowledged my presence. "Okay, listen up," I said, in a tone that showed I wasn't playing games anymore. "Every time one of you answers a question or participates, I'll toss you a piece of candy." For 5 sweet seconds, the room went silent. For 5 seconds, I actually thought it was working. I'd gotten through to them. They weren't going to end up as a statistic. But as soon as the 5 seconds ended, so did my happiness, because that's when Terrence stood up. Bruh, you're not fooling anyone." Before I could react, he ran towards me and grabbed the candy. His face was so close to mine that he was spitting in my face. "You should just give up on us. We were already disappointed by one adult in our lives. We don't need a second like you coming around to disappoint us too." I gulped down hard, desperately trying not to look scared. He grabbed the candy and went back to his desk, and the room exploded into noise like always. I was back to square one, but I still wasn't giving up. I couldn't, not yet. When I got home that night, I spent hours doom scrolling through TikTok for the answer, and after 3 hours, I finally found it. It was perfect. I woke up early the next morning to buy what I wanted to bring to the school. It was heavy, and I was scared to lift it into my car, but as I pulled up into school with it, I felt a chaotic excitement fill my veins. I set it up in the classroom before the students all came in, and that's how, at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, my students all walked into the classroom to see me sitting behind a tray of 70 mini chocolate milk cartons. When they sat down, they were begging me to explain what was going on, so I did. "For every minute you stay quiet and let me teach, I drink one. If you talk even once in the minute, I don't drink one. If you stay quiet long enough, I'll probably vomit." They thought it was hilarious. For one glorious day, they actually stayed quiet just to watch me chug chocolate milk like my life depended on it. I drank 14 cartons. I felt sick, but they listened. Then the next morning, everything went right back to chaos. By that point, I was just sick of everything. I sat on the edge of my desk and asked them a question no teacher had ever asked them before. "What do you actually want to learn in school?" The room went dead silent from shock. They had never been asked that before. So I asked again, "Seriously, what do you want? From school? From life? From anything? What do you actually want?" Then Terrence, the kid who'd stolen the candy from me, spoke. Nobody ever asked us that before. Suddenly, tears were streaming down his face. "Teachers just tell us we're stupid and give up. Nobody asks what we want." Another student started talking about how she wanted to be a nurse, but everyone told her she wasn't smart enough. Another kid named Jerome said he wanted to go to college, but didn't know how applications worked. One by one, they started sharing dreams they'd never told anyone. When it was finally time to go home, I felt accomplished. And the next morning, I walked into that classroom with my lesson plan ready and my heart full of hope. But when I opened the door, the room was empty. Every single desk was cleared out. The secretary looked at me with pity in her eyes and said, "Didn't anyone tell you? The district restructured over the weekend. Those students got redistributed to different schools across the borough. I hope they're doing okay."